AITA for calling the police on my neighbor after finding out she had been using my elderly mother's bank card while helping her with shopping. My mother is 78 years old and lives alone. For 18 months, a neighbor named Vera has been helping her with shopping, collecting prescriptions, and providing company. My mother trusted her completely. When my mother mentioned that her bank account seemed lower than expected, I offered to go through her statements with her. What we found across 18 months was over £6,000 in withdrawals that my mother did not make. I want to tell you about my mother before I tell you about Vera, because understanding who my mother is makes what Vera did clearer. My mother, Margaret, is 78 years old. She is intelligent and warm and proud of her independence in a way that is very characteristic of her generation. She lives alone in the house she has lived in for 40 years. She manages most of her own affairs, and she has maintained her social world with the tenacity of someone who understands that connection is what keeps you going. She mentioned the bank account in passing. She said she had been trying to calculate whether she could afford to replace her washing machine, and the numbers weren't adding up the way she expected. She said it was probably her own confusion. She asked if I could help her understand her statements. We sat at her kitchen table for 2 hours going through 6 months of statements. Then we got the older statements. Then we got the statements from the beginning of her relationship with Vera. The pattern became clear within the first 45 minutes. Regular withdrawals from her account, cash withdrawals from an ATM near Vera's home, not near my mother's home. Small amounts, mostly £20 here, £40 there, with occasional larger withdrawals of £80 or £100. Spread across 18 months, they totaled £6,040. My mother had given Vera her card for shopping on multiple occasions with the PIN because Vera had said it was easier than getting the cash first. That is the specific mechanism. Vera had been using the card at the ATM near her own house on days when she was not shopping for my mother. I did not tell my mother my theory until I had 3 months of statements that showed the pattern was inconsistent with any legitimate shopping use. Then I told her. My mother did not believe me for a moment. Then she did. Then she cried in a way I have not seen from her since my father died. I called the police. Am I the asshole? Update 6 months later. Vera was interviewed by the police. She denied using the card at first, then said she had borrowed money with my mother's permission and intended to pay it back, then said my mother was confused and misremembering their arrangements. The bank's records showed the ATM withdrawals clearly. The location of the ATM, the times, the amounts. Many of them occurred on days when, according to my mother's own records of the shopping days, Vera would not have been taking my mother's card anywhere. Vera has been charged with fraud by abuse of position. The case is progressing through the court system. My mother has recovered some of her money through the bank's fraud protection process, not all of it, but a significant portion. The remainder may be recoverable depending on the outcome of the court case. The hardest part has not been the money. The hardest part has been watching my mother grieve Vera. She had thought Vera was her friend. She had been grateful for Vera's company and help. She had, I think, been a little lonely in ways she does not admit, and Vera had met a need that was real. She has a new arrangement now through a local charity that coordinates visitor volunteers. She is cautious in a way she was not before. I do not know whether to call that wisdom or loss. I think it might be both. NTA or AITA. Should she have confronted Vera first or go straight to the police? Comment below.